Well, this is the old guy, and this is Still River Radio, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm gazebo sitting. Fall is a good time to go to a park and sit in the gazebo. There is a urban myth about gazebos. That's why not a lot of people sit in them. But we'll have to get to that at a later date. It's the middle of October, beautiful autumn day, and we're coming up on Halloween, and it brought back some old memories. But a little social commentary first. You know, Halloween to me seems like it's not anything like what it used to be. It used to be a much more festive and bigger holiday. At least I guess because I was a kid and everything seemed big. I don't know. But on Halloween night, it was like groups of kids, teenagers, with little brothers and sisters in hand, going out trick-or-treating unsupervised. And, the neighbors knew you and you knew your neighbors back then, which is not true at this point of time. And there was like a little ritual, you would go trick-or-treat up to a house, and whoever was there, the mother or father or whoever it was, you would go in and stand there, and you would have to go through this ritual of standing there, and he or she would have to guess who you are, and if they missed, you got an extra treat. So you had to go through this almost in every home you stopped at, and but it was very festive. You had a huge bag of candy and Halloween stuff that lasted you the spring, and so there wasn't this fear in the streets like now. Halloween night, there's nobody out in the street. It is dead, like really dead, not like living dead. Halloween was like a fun, scary time. Now the scary is like real scary. I don't know what it is. It's society or fear mongering or terrorism or combination of it all. Just society in general. You don't know your neighbors. Neighbors don't know you or don't want to know you. And well, it brought back a memory of one Halloween where it was incredible. A friend of ours, Pete, his father had this big old car. It was called a LaSalle. It was like a 1940s, 43. It was huge. It had 3 doors on each side. The thing must have weighed 5 tons. And it had 3 windshield wipers in the front. And it had 3 glass panes in the front. I think it was very weird. It was bigger than the biggest Cadillac. And the insides were like real velour and real satin and real walnut all over on the inside of the dashboard. Everything was solid steel. And it was my friend and his girlfriend, me and my girlfriend, and Pete, who had the car. We decided to go out cruising as the Barrow Gang, Bonnie and Clyde, right? So my friend and his girlfriend were Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know who I was. I had a toy machine gun with me, so I guess I was Machine Gun Kowalski or something like that. And Pete, who was driving the car, was CW. So we decided to cruise around to these drive-ins. Still River had these drive-ins around, like 3 of them, one on each end of the town, and a couple on the west side, and the A&W, I remember that, on the right side. And on Halloween, the older teenagers would just go to these drive-ins and hang out and party, and of course on Halloween night it was a costume kind of party. So we drove out and cruised, and we went to this one drive-in on the south side of town, which was in another little town next to Still River. It's still there. The drive-in's still there, and they had car hops that would come out to your car and take orders. And there was a big crowd there, dressed up and stuff and partying, and we pulled in and they went crazy. They thought it was the greatest thing. And we're like going around in circles around the drive-in in the parking lot, and the car had these things, these running boards on the side, and they would hop on, we would ride around. and the cops came, and they knew it was harmless fun, but they came over and stopped us, and we were joking around, and he says, "Who are you?" And, and his friend would say, "I'm Clyde Barron, and this is Bonnie," and the cops, like, soured out because we were so blasé and lighthearted, "Who's that? Who are you?" "I'm Machine Gun Kowalski," and it had a toy machine gun, Tommy gun, had a little red tip on the end of the barrel, and you pull the trigger, the batteries would light this light, and the thing would go back and forth, and I would point that at him and go, and he got pissed, and like, so they impounded the car, and they drove us home, and I mean, we were all dressed up. We had like pinstripe suits on, those gangster fedora hats, and his girlfriend had this actual fox. They wore them around their neck, a fox, a dead fox, and it had a head with eyes and everything, and teeth, and she had a cigarette hanging out of its mouth, because that was really funny looking. But anyway, that was Halloween back then, not Halloween now. And I have another maybe sort of scary story for later, so Still River Radio.